finally the wait is over. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredders Revenge has finally released here on the 16th of June. And I picked it up on Steam yesterday and I played through it and I enjoyed every single minute of it. Was it worth the hype? Definitely. The game delivers. The developers have done an outstanding job. Now the game is available on every system you have, whether you have whatever version of Xbox you have, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Nintendo Switch, and of course on Steam, like I just said. Now the game is an arcade game through and through, so don't go into it expecting some kind of 25-hour story mode with absolutely tons of things hidden here and there. It's not that kind of game. This is a love letter to the old arcade games like Hyperstone Heist and all the TMNT games that come out on the Super Nintendo and in the arcades. It's just such a fantastic game. The gameplay itself, the core gameplay, is just addictive and phenomenal, with different combos and special attacks being able to be pulled off depending on which buttons you press. There are 7 playable characters, 6 characters you can start off from the get-go, and then once you beat the story mode you unlock Casey Jones. Now that's amazing. They could have added Casey Jones on as a $6.99 DLC like a lot of other big developers do, but they didn't. They included him as an unlockable, and I thought that was absolutely amazing. The game is divided between story mode and arcade mode. Story mode allows you to go around the world map and just do the missions. You know, you could repeat them if you want to. You can save your game, you can come back to it and complete it at your leisure, all 16 missions of it. And the arcade mode is obviously the more traditional arcade style. You have X amount of lives. Once those lives are done, no matter even if you're fighting Shredder at the end, if you die, you go straight back to the beginning again. There are 3 difficulty modes for each one, basically easy, medium and hard. And the game can be quite challenging with a massive wide selection of enemies to fight and a lot of characters making appearances from both the comic book and the cartoon. Especially, also, it's got to be noted that the original voice actors for the cartoon, obviously James Avery, who did Shredder, Uncle Phil in The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, he passed away a few years ago unfortunately, so he wasn't able to come back, but it was great to hear them. Now there's not long dialogues or anything, it's just odd quips and things said here and there. The visuals are fantastic. I had no bugs or glitches whatsoever throughout my playthrough. I completed it with Mikey, as you can tell from my gameplay here of Michelangelo. Now I'm only showing footage from the first 4 missions because I do not want to spoil anything about characters or locations or whatnot for further on in the game, just to be sure, just to be safe. You know, I don't want to upset anybody with spoilers or anything, you know. Each single character can be leveled up to level 10 just by playing the game and beating the crap out of the foot soldiers and whatever other enemies there may be, whilst leveling them up you also unlock extra health or the ability to have more special attacks, or to go into radical mode, which is where you just go like super duper and you can beat the living crap out of things really quickly and do extra damage. So that's pretty cool. There are NPCs that you can find in the levels. I think there's 10, maybe 5. I can't. It's 5 or 10. I can't remember off the top of my nut now. I didn't write a script for this review. I'm just kind of just going off the love of playing the game. But basically, you find these characters, and then they will ask you to find certain items throughout the levels, and you just smash up the environment, and you find these items, take it back to them, and you get bonus points and all that kind of stuff. Just little side things for you to be able to do. But yeah, each Turtle and Splinter, April O'Neil and Casey Jones, they all handle in their own way. Yes, it's the same buttons for each one, but each one moves faster or slower, deals more damage or more widespread attacks. They're all the same, yet they all play completely different, and there are 7 different endings depending on which character you use to complete the game with, which is awesome. And it's also got to be said, this game has 6-player co-op, so you can have 6 of you on the screen beating the living hell out of everything that you see, which is really, really cool. And of course there is couch co-op as well, so there's that too. The game is cross-play, so you can play with other people and other, your friends if they have different consoles to you, which is amazing. And the game came straight to PC and Xbox Game Pass, which again is another win for Game Pass. Like I said, I picked it up on Steam because it's only 20 quid here in the UK. It was released at 20 quid, and you're getting a hell of a deal because the game has so much replay value. And I think the developers mentioned that if the game does well enough, which I think is going to, because it's so well done, They're going to support it with future DLC in terms of, I don't know, maybe story content, maybe character content, maybe mode content, which I would absolutely love to see. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredders Revenge is so far my game of the year. It's lived up to the hype, and as a Turtles fan, it just ticks all the right boxes and is just one hell of a time. So I think it's safe to say that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge gets an S ranking, which is my highest ranking. So thank you very much for watching the review, and I'll catch you on the next one.